Hi boys and girls, Miss Tabor back with another LLI lesson that I have permission to share with you from the publisher Heinemann. We have a couple things to go over today. Some words that have the vowel O that makes a couple different sounds, which is why it's important to go over them. And then we have to work on a chart working on one vowel sound. It's a combination. And then we will read a new book. If we were together, usually we would write some facts or write something from our previous book. I'll probably talk about that a little bit. So I'm going to use a letter tile website. If you are interested in this website, feel free to send me an email or a message and I will get that information to you. It is called reallyGreatReading.com/lettertiles, and take a look at how I use them, and maybe it's something that you'd like to practice too. You could use this website for sight words, building sight words, or building any other words. So let's get started on the different O sounds. So my first word that I'm going to build is this. Here it is. That's not the word that I want. Trash can. All right, here's the word, both. The O makes the O sound, both, okay? But watch what happens when I change something. I'm gonna get fancy, I think. Yes, I'm gonna add an ER. Now the word, the O is going to change. Now this becomes bother, bother. Notice the O changes quickly, very tricky. Now I'm going to take away the B. Now the word changes again, other. Now the O changes to an sound, other. We don't say other, like in both, and we don't say other. We say other, tricky. Now I'm going to change the word one more time and show you one more sound. Now the word is over. The O goes back to the original long O sound. Very tricky. So keep in mind that O has multiple sounds. Okay, so I'm going to put all of that in the trash can now. All right, we're now going to build some words that have a specific vowel combination. The vowel combination, I'm going to come up to my advanced vowels because they are advanced, they're a combination. We're going to work with the EA together, and EA together is usually going to say that E sound. Sometimes it does say a different sound, that's why it's important to go over. So I'm going to put some letters in front and we will build these words. Deer, deer. And this is deer as in like dear Santa, da 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 da. Not the animal. The animal is spelled with a different vowel combination. Can you take a guess what that combination is? If you said EE, you are right. All right, we're going to change deer to this. Tear. We're going to change that to fear. Okay, and we're going to change that to rear, like the rear end of a car, the back of the car. Okay, so there are our combinations. Awesome. Now we're going to change it. So instead of the ear, I'm going to change it to eat. Eat. So this is the word eat. I'm going to change it to this. What does my word become? Seat. Yep. Let's change it to meat. We'll change it to beat. And one more. I'm going to get a digraph here. Two letters together make one sound. Wheat. Wheat. So, lots of different combinations of spellings. This is just one way to make that long E sound with an EA. So we have seat, meat, beat, and wheat. If we go over here to the ear, we have deer, tear, fear, and rear. So get those stuck in your brain somewhere. They are really important to practice, really important to know. All right, if we were together, usually we would be writing some things in our writing notebook about the previous book that we read. I'm going to switch this screen. Last time we read all about sled dogs. If we were together, we would be writing facts, like 3 different facts or something that you learned about sled dogs. Now, facts and something that you learned are different, but we want to focus on the facts. So I went over some of these last time. A couple things I'll just say to you right now that we would write, and feel free to write this yourself. If you write this yourself, please send a picture to me. That would be awesome. One fact or something that we learned: sled dogs wear booties to protect their feet in the snow. The dog team has a driver called a musher, and the musher tells the dogs what to do using certain or special words or commands. Remember some of those commands? I'll go down to that page. Hike, gee, haw, easy, whoa. So as soon as the musher shouts any of these commands or directions, the dogs know exactly what to do. Awesome. So go ahead and write some of those down if you can. Obviously, you don't have to, but if you want to get a little bit better, you may. Now we have a new book. Let me show you. You are going to read this all yourself. It is not terribly difficult. Although, as we get further into our lessons, these easier books will become slightly more difficult. So this is called Pop, Pop, Popcorn. Take a look. They are making popcorn on a stove using a pot. Have you ever done that before? Or do you just usually make it in the microwave, which most people do? Well, this is another way to make popcorn if you haven't done this before. In this story, there's a couple characters. Nate, he's a boy, he's telling the story, and Mom and Dad went to the movies, and Gramps is staying with Nate and his sister Grace. And Nate asked Gramps if they could make popcorn. So in this story, we get to see what happens on their journey of making popcorn. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the pages. You go ahead and read. As you're reading, carefully look at the vowel combinations and also the endings of words so you can read them accurately. All right, pop, pop, popcorn. Remember, his name is Nate. Gramps. It's not Grandpa. There's an S at the end. There's no A at the end. Gramps and Grace. So remember, Nate is the one telling the story. And when it says I said, you need to remember that that's Nate speaking. So that is funny. Have you ever made popcorn and it went all over? Well, if you put too much popcorn, the corn kernels, in something and you make it, this is what will happen. And Gramps and Grace are a little set back by it, but look who's really happy, Nate. Also, clearly Grace is happy as well. So, thinking about that, I hope you're reading the dialogue carefully. There's a lot of dialogue in this. And again, this story, I'm going to put my face back up. This story is a little bit easier to read, so you should be able to read it fluently and really accurately. Now, every time you reread a book, you should get faster at reading it or more fluent. And so practice it multiple times. These videos aren't too long, or if you start and stop it, not long at all, reread, okay? It's the way that you'll get even better. All right, thanks for tuning in today, and I will see you next time.